Hello everybody, welcome to What About the Game. Today I'm going to be talking about Super Robo Mouse on the Wii U eShop. RC Maniacs is probably a well-known developer to those who regularly follow the Nintendo eShop updates. You can't deny the determination they have to populate the platform with a large variety of short minigame style experiences. It's also fair to say that the reception has also been inconsistent, with games ranging from decent to terrible. Super Robo Mouse is supposed to be different though. It's the start of RC Maniacs' voyage into full game territory. So how does Super Robo Mouse stack up against their previous titles? Well, I have no idea, since this is the first one that I've played. I suppose it's a good way to judge the game on its own merits. In Super Robo Mouse, you are a robotic mouse. Who'd have thought? And the aim is to collect titanium cheese that's hidden around the hazardous maze-like structures that house them. The amount of cheese that you have to collect per stage varies, although personally I preferred it when there was fewer of them. Why? Well, Super Robo Mouse is rather difficult in its unforgivingness. It doesn't matter how many you've collected or how close you are to the end of a stage, one touch by any hazard and it's right back to the beginning. It's gut-wrenching, to be honest. If you like a challenge, you're going to get it here. While I'm not going to complain about the difficulty being high, as I'm sure some of you will think it's a very positive aspect of the game, I will complain about some of the aspects that make it unfair rather than challenging, trollish if you will. One of the main culprits is the enemy that shoots things. It rotates on a 180-degree angle. Normally it's a fair challenge of timing and patience, except when they shoot you from off screen, which happens more often than you'd like. Then there are the dead ends. You've made your way through a lengthy hazardous corridor, dodging razors and bullets, only to find at the very end there's nothing for you there. Only a waste of time. This doesn't happen too often, but when it does, it just spells out inconsiderate design. What also makes this game difficult is the lack of a map. You'd think the gamepad screen would be ideal to help you find your bearings and plan out a route for each of the stages. Instead, you're left to decide which fork in the road to take best, and then remember to come back and test the others. I feel a map could have really improved the user experience, more than any other thing. And it's not like the gamepad is doing anything useful aside from telling you how many cheeses you have left to collect. I'll keep saying it, Super Robo Mouse is a difficult game, and it will take a lot of time for you to make progress and master. Each stage will take you multiple attempts, learning every step of the way. Knowing the levels by heart and taking your time with each hazard is key. To be honest, it's too much for me personally, but I think there's an audience for this kind of challenge. It's a decently sized game with enough content to get your money's worth, with 3 worlds, each with enough stages, and the frustrating difficulty means you won't be breezing through this game. The stages in the worlds themselves don't vary up too much, and you'll come across the same few hazards in each. In the other worlds you'll encounter different enemies, but for the most part, they're just a slight variation on the first few. Super Robo Mouse has a very unpretentious and clean presentation. The artwork is bright, colourful, and nicely simple. There's no information on the screen, only the actual gameplay, which is nice and refreshing. It is lacking a few things that really bring the feeling of a lower value production though. There are no sound effects in the game at all. A few simple ones here and there could have really added to the game. There's no D-pad support, which I frankly feel would have been better to play with. My thumb kept wandering over to it, but no matter how hard I wished, it just wouldn't work. Also the lack of options altogether, to be honest. You can only select your stage and exit out of the stage with B. That's all you can do. The frame rate, while not terrible, isn't what it should be for a game so simple. I tried the game on both the Wii U internal memory and my external hard drive, but still some levels can be really abrasive in just how unsmooth the frame rate is. It's not game breaking, but it's definitely annoying. Overall, I feel Super Robo Mouse is a game only for those who enjoy a difficult challenge. Personally, I found it too frustrating, and I didn't enjoy having the patience to learn all the levels by heart. I think the addition of a map and a few tweaks could have made it a better experience. Okay guys, if you've enjoyed this video then be sure to like and subscribe. That will help me out. You can read the full review of Super Robo Mouse at whataboutthegame.com. That will really help me out a lot. And you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter if you want to. The links are below. Thanks guys, bye bye.